Mr. P P Chhabria, though he had no formal education, in many board meetings I used to observe that when auditors and chartered accountants, they were also sitting in the board meeting to give a presentation on finance of the company, he would raise so many points which even I think the chartered accountants and auditors must have missed. And his study on the balance sheet was, though I am on the board of so many companies, but I think it was unbelievable the knowledge he could study the balance sheet in such a short time.
It was Mr. P P Chhabria who first admired that vision, not only for an institution, but vision for India and how our higher education should be. Because he firmly believed that only it's education and the enlightenment of a student during his higher education that can really shape the destiny of India. The idea of I2IT was proposed, and he immediately took it up. One thing I appreciate about and admire about his really very rare quality, coming from the industry background person, he was impatient of any good idea, take it up and start implementing it right there. And for that he always would have a world view. He never thought of India in the whole world context. Always he looked at that way.
He was very particular about education of girl children. Nobody should go back if there is a financial problem. We will sort it out. He always wanted the teachers to take higher education. And I used to depute faculty members to IITs and good institutions. The current principal of AMT, to whom I had deputed for MTech in Kharagpur, and then for PhD in IIT Bombay, he is now occupying the position of principal in FAMT. That was the intention, to prepare our own faculty members to carry on the job of the institution.
One of the great things about him, I found his life full of inspiration. In fact, I read his biography, which he himself had presented to me. And I often quote from that biography. And I do so because I find that he was not born with a silver spoon. He struggled very hard during his childhood and during his youth. And fighting in that adversity and creating opportunity was something that was exceptional as far as he was concerned.
Unfortunately, in 2002, he, at the age of 72, suffered a severe back ailment for which he was told by several leading doctors in Pune that he'd probably consider quit working and maybe complete bed rest. That to him was the unthinkable. He did not think quitting was an option.
All of us know how the hard way he came up. He started life almost as a domestic help as a young boy when he came to Pune, and he grew up over the 50 years as someone who led an important industrial group in India. had a mission in life. He identified himself with the company for which he worked very hard over the years, ably supported by his younger brother KP.
Once I asked him how to communicate with God. He said it is very easy to communicate with God. He said, look at the sky and talk to God and you will get all the answers. Believe me, when I tried, it was a different experience.
PP sir was actually a person who was by every means healthy, wealthy and wise. Just as the exercise sessions he loved, I was the one teaching him exercise and he was teaching us how to live the life with humility and complete gratitude.
Over a period of time, this relationship as a child grew to a stage where he was my mentor. I used to look up to him when I was in business. I entered in the age of 18. Later on in life, when I shifted to Pune, it was only with his suggestions and advices that I am what I am today.
His strength, I think, came from his faith, and I think that was a very big takeaway for me, that here the title of the book said it all, that there is no such thing as a self-made man. Was something that he believed was much beyond him. It was a power that he believed in. His humility, his faith and his discipline were the three things that stand out about PP Uncle that I think I would take forward in my life.
I call him a very rich man. A rich man, according to me, is not a person who has too much money, but person who has minimum requirement of life. He was expecting nothing from anybody. So obviously he needs nothing from anybody. He's a rich man.
My fondest memory of PP Uncle was an incident that happened when we were on holiday in Goa. It was just the two of us, early in the morning. I think it was about 6:30. We're going for a walk on the beach. As we were walking along, the sole of his training shoe came off. And he was a bit surprised. I think the glue had just come off, and we carried on walking. So we walked another 50 yards and suddenly he stopped and he said to me, actually Jitu, I should actually go back and get the sole and I can actually get it glued and give it to somebody. And I thought, yeah, it's a very good idea. So I turned around, I ran back, I picked up the sole and I walked back to PP Uncle. He was horrified, the fact that I was carrying his sole. He came up to me and he wanted to take the sole from my hand. I said, it's okay uncle, I can carry it. He was 85 at the time. And this man was going to fight me to take the sole off my hands. So eventually I gave it to him and then he passed it on to the guy that was further up. But this shows the humility of the man. Whatever he'd achieved, whatever the pinnacle of his career that he'd reached, the man that he was, yet he would not even let me carry his shoe. This one moment defined what PP Uncle was to me.
Beautiful, subtle and sublime synthesis of science, technology, industry, social welfare, spirituality in one go.
You know, they say individuals go away, but institutions don't. To me, PPC was not an individual. He was an institution, so he will never go away. His spirit, his motivation, his vision will continue to guide us in decades to come.